Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to VR Master League Channel 1. Shout out to the VRML board. I might have forgotten something tonight, but it doesn't matter, right? I'm Palidore, I'm here, and it is clear we are in the middle, or at the beginning, of Cycle 2. So, not to recycle old jokes, but we're going to go back into a Diamond Tier match. We've had one earlier on, which was my first match of the cycle, and I'm going to shout it out yet again. Probably going to be one of the best matches that will happen all cycle long. Earlier on, that was TKO versus Arsenal. You didn't see it, you gotta see it. All 3 rounds went down to the last second winning shots, and yeah, it was great. On this stream, though, we have V1, Version 1 versus Eternity. So 2 teams in the Diamond Division doing mighty well for themselves, suffice to say. And yeah, with that, let's go get it. First round at play. Enjoy. I know I will. My prediction poll is up there. I may consider ending it a little bit early so it does not go the full 5 minutes. So get your predictions in within like the next 2 minutes. And we're going to get it going off here as the first grab, well, maybe by Solo. Right out the hands, or the Hans, as the case may be. We are in space after all, shooting for those stars. That's Apollo, just the same. Hitting up high, diving down to the back there, and losing it. And now Igneal saving it. The big deal, Igneal, always on the defense. Just has that level of natural gifted ability, I guess you'd call it, inside the goal. Whatever team Igneal's on. Always saving those discs. So over here, it's Apollo looking for a dribble play, short-range dribble play. Once more down the field. Taken back by Alien, and Alien on a bouncer over to the cutting Solo. Solo off the backboard, and it does go right past them for the 2 points. Version 1. Shout out to folks in the Twitch chat stopping by here. Dwapt and Dragon. Welcome back, Dragon. I can only assume same Dragon as earlier on. Nate Appleton as well, and yeah, welcome to it. Got the prediction polls in, and we got the alien in, and it is in. Nothing alien about it. Like I said, all natural, just like your boy Pally. And Spin VR. What's up, Spin? Alright, so I'm giving you guys another 30 seconds, or basically when the next score goes in, I'm ending that poll if it's not ended already, so get it in. Igneal Sensei to Slads here on this joust for them. Waiting for Chewy Stack to go bother that stack. Unfortunately, we're not able to do so. So into the midfield, it's BG with the disc up the floor, has to evade that stack. But meanwhile, said stack does leave the goal open. The fortunate part, I think, is the fact that it was only a 2-pointer. But still, a 2-point nonetheless for Eternity. Getting on the board now as well. That said, submissions about to end. There we go, it's in. Looking like pretty even, actually. 4-3 favoring Eternity. And 47% of the points for Eternity to 53 for Version 1. So, yeah, people expecting clearly on the connoisseur end of things, on the prediction end of things, a competitive match. And of course, in Diamond Division, you would expect that 9-3 record for Eternity, 9-2 record for Version 1. So really, just based on records alone, it seems like it would be anyone's game. Both these teams winning a lot more than they do lose. Igneal passing it over, but covered well by Apollo, guarding that like a satellite. That said, trying to light it up. And yes, I know Apollo wasn't exactly a satellite, but you know, same theme. But Igneal Sensei there on that send out to the midfield. Apollo once again the grab. That's gonna sling right past Ding, actually. Ding, though, getting it back for a second before BG takes it and clears it. 3 players stacking, splitting down the field. That's an open goal on that end of the floor. They get rid of it in a hurry, and that shot is made. Slad's not bad. It's a 1-point lead for Eternity. And beyond, as Buzz used to say. Shout out to Lolo as well. What's up, what's up? On the Eternity roster here is Lolo. And I just can't wait till I get the Trollolos from Lololo. It always happens at some point or the other. That said, Chewy Stack is going to slap it. That might have been nice. No highlight there, though. It will be Alien taking it away and sending it to the right lane, but intercepted by that defensive stack. well, was an offensive stack, turning into a defensive stack, essentially, and they are going to try and cross-pass it up the floor. Was a 2-on-3, no success at the goal, but a rebound just the same. McNeil with a play there. Chewy stack now driving it and sending it, but Alien reading it like a book. Now a handful of handfuls of stuns. All the meanwhile breaking away for a recovery. 3 players for Eternity. Eternity is going to clear that quickly down the field and overtaken by Apollo. Apollo has to, well, actually loses the handles, and back to Slads as a result, so off the backboard! And not bored, they are back on it with 3 points on the advantage. Always tricky going, those backboard plays. Just ask Callan. Need some milk. So Apollo will QB for version 1. Midfield bothering that is that stack on Alien, but deep back pass. Now, of course, on one hand you like the patience, on the other hand, very risky at the same time, right? If you lose control of your disc on your own side of the field like that off your joust, that could be very, very bad. Defense is usually out of position. Oh no! Oh, that hurt. Oh my goodness, what happened there? A 54-meter, 6-meter a second goal somehow squeezed through. So someone along the way missing an anchor, missing a grab, not able to save the disc. Oh, that's gonna give it a tie. Give them a tie for version 1. Go figure. Well, nonetheless, go fish. It's Chewy Stack trying to get back on the board here, this side of the floor, undoing the mistakes of yesterminute. Thing is, that happens. It's going to happen. Goals like that. Unusual, and yet today we've seen, I mean, that long distance 6-meter a second goal. We've also seen those joust misses on the other teams. And with that, they'll come back at it for Slads, so it's what you like to see, right? Mistakes are going to happen at every level of play. It's happened on the stream 3 times a day now, stuff like that. But when a team can just wipe it off the slate and say, or wipe it off the Slad, I guess, and just say, okay, well, the last play, that kind of stunk, but we're going to come back and score again. No problem. Forget about it, you know? Forget about it. That said, into the tunnel on this launch, Alien and Apollo down the floor. The other boosters down that floor. Igneal, though, can't ignore. Always stalwart inside that goal. So off it goes to the sunset into the orange zone. A stack retrieving for Chewy. And Chewy with the 2-y, and it's 11-7 here in the first. Now with that, we do get a timeout initiated here, it would seem. So, play some music for you, folk. Fine folk. Not folk music, certainly, but music nonetheless. Now, in the meantime, maybe old Pally will drop in the board meeting that he forgot occurred at this time every week. When he excitingly took these streams, these matches that he saw on cast. That's okay, I'm irresponsible sometimes. Okay, well, anyway, board will be taking notes, nonetheless, I'll be taking notes on the stream. We have had some great matches for you here tonight, already. Even earlier on the night, I know Retepworm and Luke had streamed some matches earlier on, and this would be my 3rd of 4 matches currently scheduled, and unless there's anything else that is scheduled in the coming minutes, which looks like there's not, then yeah, this will be my last stream. These next 2 matches. We have Absideon versus Schrödinger's Disc following this match right after. So, if there are other teams who happen to schedule after that match, I'll take it by all means. I'm willing to take matches for the rest of the night, pretty much. So, unless anything else gets scheduled, though, 2 more matches on the board, and we're back to the first round after that timeout. Down that floor in a hurry, but back into the wedge. Alien there from the trap, sending it down below, recognizing maybe the opportunity, the extra pass, the finish, though not quite the same. So back to the wedge, taken by Chewy Stack, and Chewy's going to clear that out of there with some success. Bounces a couple times. Ding on that grab back, rebounding, but sending directly to Igneal on the interception. Igneal, however, being stunned Maybe the comm's not coming through quite quickly enough, so the stacks are able to cause a turnover, able to meet, and they need it, they get it. It's good for Ding. 1 point game, 2 minutes left, rather, in this first round. Secret Tunnel saying you missed some matches, I assume. Yep, I shouted out earlier. I'll say it again, though, because if you were going to watch any match so far that's finished, I mean, TKO versus Arsenal will probably be one of the best matches all cycle, legit. That said, will be Ding to Solo on a solo one-on-one play there on the goalkeeper. They take an advantage by 1 point. So, hey, I was saying the match earlier, TKO versus Arsenal, easily going to be one of the best matches all cycle because that came down to the final seconds of all 3 rounds on a game-winning score. And yet here we are with 1 minute and 20 seconds left in this diamond match. And we're seeing kind of similar thing. I mean, it is competitive. Neither team now able to make much headway in the late rounds. So we could be looking at another hugely competitive game between these two teams. I will not doubt it for a second. So BG with a chance. A deep 3. That would have been huge. A rebound, though, just the same. Gonna take it. Slads eventually. And now trying to get back into the goal. A pass over to the barrier. Tapping off. Throwing down. Saving out Alien. Another big save. This one even bigger than the one earlier on. 1 point game, but the disadvantage still yet going Blue's way and into the alleyway. Slads takes a lead back for eternity. 36 seconds, though, is the danger for eternity because Version.1 now, they have a chance to take the last shot. And this has been a very high-scoring first round. The goals have been going in like a water faucet, basically. So a fast score here would not be out of the question. Down it goes. Alien, though. Big stun. Double stun, in fact. Taking it back, Slad. Slad eyeing it down, but not able to make the shot. So leaving a slight window open, but a rebound here. Need to act quickly. Down the floor is Ding. Can they get anyone on the other end in time, though? It looks like a no, and indeed it will not be the case. So by one narrow advantage, point of advantage, it will be a win to eternity. And hey, off to a good start in terms of how good this match will end up being. Off to the score screen, courtesy IgniteVR.gg and the Spark application. We'll send it to him. Yeah, very good round there, for sure. It says Spin and Lolo and Dwapt and Nate. Yeah, that was great. That was great. Very worthy of a quick swig of the old cranberry. You like jazz, apparently not liking all of that, but I do like jazz. How's it go? You like jazz? Something like that. But I'm liking this game. Yeah, as a neutral viewer, this is another reason I like casting now compared to playing, although I do miss playing sometimes. It's nice not being, having my heart beat through my chest because I'm anxious about the next play, you know? I get anxious sometimes, but it's in a nice way. It's an exciting caster's way. Very friendly to my health compared to how it used to be. That said, every now and then, you also get games like Anomaly versus Overkill in the Challenger Cup, and those ones are pretty damaging to my health also. But that said, you live for it. Maybe one day we'll die for it. But that said, I'm dying to get to this second round, so away we go. First joust looking like it'll be taken here by Eternity. Eternity has one player already there above that goal in the clock. And into the shot attempt. Alien denying, however, they were not able to get the stun in time, it seems. Igneel, though, will recover. Chewy Stack now bringing it up the floor. Have all the players converging, and Igneel. That was a quick move to make that two-pointer happen. Nicely done. Eternity first on the score. Yeah, that's right. The jazz hands. Bring it on. Apollo V1 with the disc now launching first on the offense for Version.1. They will, nice handoff quickly from Solo there, but BG at the turnover in the back lane. That stack really paying dividends here for Eternity across the last round and now the start of this one. getting there once again, well, first, but they misread the trajectory, but so did the side of version 1. So it will actually give the disc back to Slads and co. That's going to be sailed down the midfield, right into the outer bubble, and right into a pizza slice shot that just misses by a small bit. Meanwhile, overtaken by Alien. And Alien from that cloud, trying to pass it down, but maybe ill-advised because a turnover there going to Chewy Stack. They have the 3, they see the 3, and as the Echo announcer says, well, they are being the 3. But a 5-point lead overall for Eternity. Teeing that off like it was nothing. But yeah, unfortunate turnover turned into a big and quick punish. Again, the quickness is important, right? Because the stacks were already where they needed to be to retrieve that disc. Now, Ding with being stunned, rather, so turnover and a quick fling. Oh, wow, the communication to make that happen. And Apollo, the thumbs up in response. That was very, very well executed. I mean, because again, that wasn't like an 8-meter 3-point fling. That was that must have been from what, like 13 meters, 14. I mean, it was right out there, a few steps out the bubble. So they really had to communicate that perfectly to make that happen. So that said, back into version 1, they are struggling to get it going here. They're really struggling to actually even get it to the blue side of the arena these first few minutes. They do find it here, though. Look at that, cut off by Slads. The defense, again, impressing for Eternity. And turning it into offense on the other end, perhaps, as they will just misread it. But the stacks, the defense not getting back all too quickly. Might not matter, though, as it does get sent into midfield. So Alien now a chance as they pass it to Apollo. Apollo has the mail slot available, but couldn't convert. Rebound still available for Solo, and Solo having it stolen down low. Sailing back to Alien at the midfield. Now Alien at the outfield, sending it over to Ding. Ding from that nest will be bothered, stunned. So ruffling the feathers just a little bit as Ding, well, also the same. They are, for Eternity, that you can see they're being so incredibly quick to pounce on these players. BG now, eyeing down the goal, and again, what happened? Igneel stunning out Apollo below the goal. Apollo had missed the anchor initially to try and get back on the goal, and Igneel was right there to stun him, disabling the chance to even get back and save it. Once again, Eternity is communicating at a high caliber show here. Just a master tier kind of showing. And again, that's why, you know, one reason why we saw them, and I don't doubt that we could see Eternity in future Challengers Cup and being one of those future master teams. I mean, they are not ones to doubt for sure. But as I said, both of these teams, the thing is, both of these teams have been nigh unstoppable, it seems, as a 3 will go from the seams of the tunnel. My goodness, 48 meters deep for Slads. They are unstoppable in this round. 9-3 is their record. 9-2 is version 1's record. So like I said, both of these teams are at top of their game, but in this particular match, in this particular round, it is all Eternity, it seems like. So, I don't know, I mean, version 1, the thing is, they are not down and out. 5 minutes and 20 seconds is an awful lot of time, especially when you consider the first round was also very high scoring. So, I mean, things can change, but they need to change soon is all. Version 1 trying to find the same thing that bought them those 9 wins in the earlier weeks. You can see here, I mean, their stack being stunned by BG. Meanwhile, that other stack able to recover for Eternity. They're going to produce themselves another 2 points. 16 on the board. The stampede continuing. Man. Just one of those cases where Eternity came out blitzing so hard, I think, in this this second round. Like, it was such a quick blitz that... I mean... I'm not going to call the round over, but it's getting there. It's getting there. It's just one of those cases where they took version 1 so off guard in those first opening minutes where they didn't even have a chance to think about how to react to it. You know, because here goes again. This is going to be 19, and we are perhaps a play away as BG puts that on layaway. Again, this dramatic turnaround because round 1 was... The last minute and a half of action in round 1, there was an exchange of goals, 1-point leads for both teams. I think maybe 3 times, 4 times. Only a 1-point difference there at the end of round 1. So to see this turn into a mercy, basically an instantaneous snowball in the second round, just a wild, wild change of pace, but certainly one that they have capitalized on and couldn't quite cap it off there on that mercy situation. We are still 3 minutes out from the end of this round. Another stun happening here. And just trying to recover as they can, putting on a bit of a Joker train, the shields, the pass, and it doesn't yield the goal as Slads get stunned, so still playing up as best they can for version 1. Trying to play for the pride points, if nothing else, but no, it will be a top shelf and top pocket pass. And in the pocket, it's Eternity with the win. In a, again, incredible blitz of a game, of a round. I have not seen rounds like that, or at least not very often, from teams outside of maybe Ignite, I suppose. But yeah, 21 points, and you know, that's a big total to put up at this level of play, and especially to do it in about what, 7 minutes or so, 6.5. Over to the second, or to the score screen here of the second round, and we'll see what the stats provided. But I think, you know, the story told itself, really. Just an unbelievable amount of points being scored in a very, very quick fashion. Now with that, let me bring up my stats on my end real quick so I can read. I know I have my glasses, but they only help so much sometimes. Slads. You know, we were having issues with our stats a little bit here and there over the weekend, and no big deals or anything. But looking at Slads' stat line there, like everyone else's, you know, whatever, but Slads was going crazy, I know. That much I can say for sure. Let me see if the math... Okay, I think the math doesn't add up, so it might be one of those issues. I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but apologies for the slightly inaccurate stats. I think they were accurate round 1, but it doubled up there somewhere along the way. Still yet, though, proportionally speaking, these stats should be correct, which is to say Slad scored a bunch of the goals, I'll tell you that much. And yeah, I mean, you end one round, the last second of play, the last minute of play, the next round just, like I said, stampede. It will happen sometimes to teams, and for version 1, it's a tough loss because, again, this will put their record at 9-3. This is only their 3rd loss in 6 weeks, which is incredible. They've been fantastic as a team. I mean, taking matches off of super talented teams, you know, like Arsenal. They had a victory against Arsenal, against Overrated and Barrage. I mean, you're talking, you know, very high-level teams here, and V1's been on the up and up, but Eternity, I mean, their only losses have been against, what, the likes of Spaghetti and Bangarang Overkill, all dominant teams and teams we've seen, like Spaghetti for that matter. They're in Master Tier now, so I'm just saying. It's going to happen at times. Both these teams really, really good, but Eternity just better today. It'll happen. So, for version 1, just got to rebound for the next match, and I'm sure they'll be fine. But for Eternity, yeah, we'll see them again, I am sure, on stream before too long, at the pace they're going. Now, that said, time-wise, we are about 4 minutes out from our next match. Oh, yeah, channel points. Let me get that real quick. Which is to say, our next match is a debut, sort of. We have Absideon in the Diamond Division playing against Schrödinger's Disc. Now, Absideon here, again, sort of new in a sense. This is their first match of Season 4 as a roster. So we have Steel Skydiver captaining, we have Fancy, Ice, Whoosh, and Burnsy filling out the rosters there. And based on like the ex-members I'm seeing, I'm thinking this was just Aurora renamed, it looks like. But yeah, this is the first match of theirs for Season 4, so that'll be coming up in a few. Anything there I missed in the chat, perhaps? Doesn't look like too much. So, yeah. I see Broman in there. Is it, if you're still in here, is it like Broman or Broman? Which one is preferred? M-I-N or M-A-N on the pronunciation? Just curious. Dragon, thanks for casting the matches. Yeah. See, I knew it was you. Good games. My pleasure as always. As always, always. And yeah, Jazz saying frustration there, perhaps. And yeah, like I said, it happens. I mean, Mental game is a big thing with Echo, but even like look, people even looked at me as one of like the cooler or coolest heads in the game in terms of not getting super tilted. And you know, when I was playing my teammates, they were a little bit tilty sometimes, sometimes. But you know, even though I was known as a cool one, I still had. You can ask them; they still saw some tilty sides of me at a few points. Like sometimes it'll get to you, so I'm not ever going to you know, disparage a team for being human. It happens. It happens. But anywho, Newton Dad, what's up? How's it going? Newton, of course, doing some stellar work as always across the Challenger Cups and beyond. And I'm trying to catch up this cycle. Will I or won't I? I don't know. Between you and Luke, I think you're both at like 40, 50, 60 games ahead of me, something like that. I'm going to try to make it up this cycle, but you guys have been killing it, so hey. A broman as opposed to broman, but broman is cooler, and that's... Well, I'm a little bit confused, I must admit. So, like... I'm assuming broman. Okay, you say broman, but broman is cool. Broman it is. Okay, broman. Anyways. That said, let me see. We are now about a minute out from it, and I do have my invite, it looks like. So... intermission time. I'll be back in a minute. We'll have your probably last match here of the night, it seems. So, BRB and Axlol. Oh my god. Thank you. Okay, well, I'll see you again in like a minute. Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back once again. See, it didn't take too long. Getting back into the swing of things here this season, this cycle. And it's fun. Yes, all the matches, literally all of them. Not literally all of them. Most of them, not literally. But yeah, so we're back into it. I'll get you guys actually your prediction polls here real quick. I see Newton Dad in the chat pointing out, yeah, excited for new Rora, I guess, in a sense. This team, as far as the match page is concerned, the VRML team page, yeah, basically was Aurora, kind of renamed here. Steel Sky, of course, coming from said team. Ice, Whoosh, Fancy, Burnsy is also on the roster here. This is their Season 4 debut as a roster as this team. Coming up against some veterans here. One of the most veterans you're going to get in Echo, as far as teams go these days. And Stuff Muff, Sao Kirito, Fenor, Dark Ninja of Schrödinger's Disc. These players, and this core of players, been around 4 years now. There was like a little bit of a gap in there around year 2 or 3, but they came back for VRML. So I mean, it's kind of a little bit of that again, that old blood versus new blood, and it's gonna be a fun one. We'll see what these teams provide. Let's see. On that note, Schrödinger's. You know what? I'm just gonna put Schro in the prediction poll, okay? Schro is that'll work. Absideon. Make sure I spell that right-ish. 2 minutes prediction. There you go. Get to it. So, meanwhile, though, in the chat there, thank you to Poppy Core. Oh, Poppy. You just made me say that. Thank you for the subs. Appreciate that very much from Palidore, and I love you for that. Always appreciate the support and the community, from the community, because obviously VRML, well, we are a community run by the community for it. And that said, I'm expecting maybe a restart. No? Hold on here. I mean, okay, I'm going to the round. Sorry, I'm late. The thing is, one of the players had, like, dropped out, but then no restart happened, so I was kind of waiting for it. That's why I didn't switch over. But they actually just got back in last second. Maybe they switched to spectator, I think. Regardless, round 1 is underway. That's what matters. The first play of the game is going to be a miss there, but whoosh the rebound, and whoosh right around that shoulder to the goal. And that's the first 2 in, what, 17 seconds? 17 meters a second? 7 on the distance? That's 777. So if that's any indication of anything, I think Absideon is feeling lucky tonight. Oh, all right then, Stuff Muff, Q being here to Kirito on that first reception. Nice pass woven to the station to Dark Ninja. And Dark Ninja now up the floor. Has the avenues. The defense just creeping around that bubble and now starting to pressure outside. Whoosh taking a bit of a tap boost and now getting stunned on the other end. A little bit of a miscatch there. Dark Ninja now getting into it with Icy and Whoosh as they try to split off their stacks. Floating, sailing into the blue, where Whoosh is right there for maybe recovery, being met with a stun, however. Now rebound to Ice. Ice to the station. Steel Sky at the Sky Station. Up to the ceiling. Whoosh again, anchoring down. A 2-point shot, though, but still a shot the same. And right now, they got a good start. They're looking energized and active. Obviously, these players here, very high caliber players on Absideon, and as well as Schrödinger's Disc and the veteran team. They're very consistent in the upper tiers here of VRML and extending back to the days of VRL and ESL. So that said, though, a tough task ahead of them as they will get a save. Stuff Muff at least turning it into a 2 and denying Whoosh the extra points on the stat sheet. But nonetheless, all 3 goals there powered by Whoosh. Snipe Dash stopping by asking who won V1 and Eternity. That would be Eternity. Round 1, very, very close, and I mean very close. Round 2, though, turned to a bit of a snowball. Now, Skill Skydiver there will slap it out. Still looking to get on the board for the first time. Scoreboard, that is, on Schrödinger's Disc. Sailing all the way down the floor, taken here by Ice, winding, finding. They are dining a full buffet of shots here. This time, Whoosh assisting Ice as an 8-0 total here, uncontested thus far. Palidore Fan Club. That was a thing in Season 1. I remember. What was it before that? It was 1.288 meters over, I think was their team name before. Something like that. 1.28 something. Anyways, good times. I'm still waiting for a new team to develop here in Cycle 2. The Glean Fan Club. Surely it's about to come. Nonetheless, though, a turnover, maybe a 3 about to come, and it is a success for Steel Sky. Hitting from the outer reaches of that bubble to boot. They are piling it on now, like a pylon. So says Steel. 11 points, nonetheless. Roman, how you join the fan clubs? By spamming Twitch chat, I guess. That's pretty much how it goes. Copy pastas in Twitch chat, and boom, fan club activated. And a shot nearly there as Kirito takes it over, ducking nicely Steel Sky. So checking behind, now checking in front, looking for a pass to maybe get them going here in the scoring action. They have a chance, but the chance kind of lost there because of the miss grab. Pass in tough opposition, a lot of congestion on the backboard. Another take now by Ice, playing some good in-bubble defense to secure and clear some of those discs. So having a very difficult time breaking through that defensive line for Schrödinger's disc as Whoosh drops on in, and what a pass! Nicely done to Fancy. There was a lot of heat on that pass, so it had to be literally perfect, or that would have flew by and sailed into the wall. Look at that, a lot of heat, but that was just led nicely and placed nicely right on the shot. So into Stuff Muff's arm, Stuff over to Kirito there. And that was a pretty good rollout. Nice, and they get their first couple of points. 9 seconds in, a successful string along of passes on that left side of the field, and no one from Absideon really able to contest that time.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah, six foot over, says Newton Dad. And oh, hold on, a 3-point over. Stuff Muff gets that goal. What was that joust? A 2-second goal. I didn't get an eye on what the joust time is there. Just disappears from my line of sight, but that was fast. Wow. Well, they got there. Can they do it again is my question. Let's see. Gonna angle it right this time. Coming out with some heat, just not quite as much. All right. I noticed you, Swagor. I guess I didn't say your name, but I noticed your comment, right? I always notice the tags from Swags. It's always in the bag. But that said, no lag, because it will be Feener here with a grab, and Dark Ninja. The disc up the floor. Kirito, great name, says Broman. Yeah, I agree. There's another Kirito, also an OCE. It's kind of saying as maybe a 3-point shot. Hold on. Save there by Stuff Muff. I always wonder, because I watched like the first couple of seasons of Sword Art Online, and it's like, do I go with the Americanized, do I say Kirito, or should I get like really into it and go with the whole, Kirito, proper, or is it too cringy? I don't know. Nonetheless, back to Ice in the bow tie, and then will be assaulted by said Kirito of the SAO variety. Back to the midfield though, it's gonna be acquired looking like the orange stack for Absideon. Actually mishandles and will eventually get it again. Little of a self-pass there from Ice perhaps, and Ice working it up to that boot, actually to the goal, I should say, but Fancy being dived upon by Dark Ninja. Nice stun into the midfield. Steel Sky there with some time to spare. And into Whoosh's arms, who lines up to Fancy. I really like their patience. I love the spacing as always. The shot not quite there, but maybe, just maybe, another Ice self-pass into a 10-point advantage. Either or was in the right place for the right score.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Vacant ace. I weeb you too. Or, I mean, wub. I mean, love. Anyway, nice to see you, Ace. Stuff Muff with the disc. And they're going to just wait it out a little bit here. And, 2 minutes, 30 seconds left there, down by 10 points. There's a little bit of time. At the same time, I think no matter what the results of round 1 are, the important part for Schrödinger's disc, as we're seeing them try to execute here, is to actually, well, do just that. Execute. As Ice. That is execution. Killing it from 3. Wow. Well, 18-5, and they are really burning it up here. As I notice, oh, my replay is not working. Great. I'll solve that probably. But as I was saying, the game might be, kind of bordering on out of hand at this point. Sure. Where'd the disc go there? But the important thing is, no matter what, Schrödinger's disc, just find a little bit of a rhythm. So even if that means they played a little bit slower, because of the fact that the comeback is likely not there, they can at least just execute the same way that they would want to going into the next round. That said, Fancy with a disc here will be stunned and losing it to Stuff Muff as Stuff clears it. Pardon me as I try to figure out my replays, but hold on, because the play is on the way for Feenor. 18-8. Good shot. Hitting it from deep. You're still not going to see the replays because assets don't like me sometimes. It seems.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
All right, well, 1 minute remaining here in the round, and into the bubble, a chance for Whoosh again, who has been pretty dang hot. Steel Sky, though, will get an assist from Whoosh instead. Once more, just goes back to what I was saying. They are putting themselves exactly where they need to be pretty much all the time, every time so far. Very impressive. So into the joust with one more opportunity, perhaps at a score for Schrödinger's disc. They still put up 8 points here, so it wasn't just a runaway game where they couldn't get some scores on the board and they couldn't find some plays, but same time, 20 points for these teams. And anytime you get into the higher tiers, it gets a little bit rarer to see super high scoring outputs like that. Just generally speaking, not all the time, but generally. Now that said, ooh, nice save there at the end. Might not have counted anyways, not sure. But first round being taken by Absideon 20-8. Be patient with me because I gotta go fix things, so I can't go to the score screen. Yay, live broadcast. All right, 1 minute. Alrighty, we got there eventually. Sorry about that. My buttons that usually do something were not doing anything, so, you know. I left you with the arena ambiance, yes. But we are back, got it working again, so there's your stats. We might be missing a few of the instant replays from the last couple minutes, unfortunately, but nonetheless, we're good. I'm kind of iffy on whether I want to turn on my webcam right now because I had to take off my headset, and I'm already kind of hot up in here. So I have a feeling I might be in for a very bad hair day. Let me. Okay. No, it's fine. All right, cool. I don't know. I was feeling a little bit wild up here, but I think we're good. Anyways, that said, timeout here being initiated. It looks like, and maybe one of the players fixing headset issues potentially. Because I noticed Stuff Muff is currently not in the game. But I also noted it from earlier on, about an hour before the stream. Apparently, Stuff was having some headset issues of some sort. So, I don't know. I'm not going to assume, but just could be a factor there. Hopefully, though, we can get the second round going without too much worry. Shout out to Toaster, by the by, for the follow. Toaster9. Love me some toasters. Also, love me some water. Not at the same time. That's dangerous. But, that said, yeah, thanks to Ignite again, the stat screen there, and providing our overlays. And Broman saying, hearing Palidore rap would be awesome. So, but first of all, make no mistake. I make no claims to being a rapper. I'm not really. I use it to practice casting, though. Now, if you happen to want to see, you can go to my TikTok. It's not really a cheap plug, because look, I barely uploaded there, honestly. I barely do. But since you brought up the whole, it'd be cool to see Palidore rap, I do have a few old ones. Like, I have probably like 4 or 5 freestyles on there, and then a few fast ones, like Rap God and Godzilla and stuff. So if you want, you can go look me up on TikTok. On very rare occasion, I will dump a video on there. But otherwise, yeah, I'm very bad with social media. I'm not often on any of it, really, so, you know. I'm more of a lurker. I'll lurk Reddit all day. But I won't post. Anyway. Buy my Ablum. You'd be the only one, probably. Yeah. I mean, I did that one Season 2, what do you call it? Season 2 hype rap, I guess you'd call it. I don't know. That was kind of a fun one. Not a little bit silly. But yeah, so still an intermission here. Don't think we have too much time left, but all the players, all 8 players are back in the arena at least. We still have, I guess, another 2 minutes potentially of this intermission, so we got some time. Burnsy in the chat. What's up, Burnsy? Cheering on his team here over in Absideon. Give me some insight, Burnsy, a little insider information, if you will. Any particular like story behind the name? Like obviously it's a bit of a play like on Obsidian, right? But is there a reason for the particular spelling? Is it because you guys have like abs of steel sky? So Absidion? Is that it maybe, or I don't know. Steel built? Who knows? Steel, why are you in the chat? Go play. Shoot. Just kidding. Oh, Steel Sky in the chat, but now the timeout is done, so hopefully Steel gets back on time. All right, let's see how the second round goes. So let me get to it. Right about now, there you go. If you're wondering why I'm looking way down there, it's because I had to get my tablet attached to a cord. Anyway, so second round underway, and casually grabbed by Whoosh there on this first joust, much like that last one as well. Steel Sky with a windmill, the Steel Mill. I really love Steel's name because I can just do that all day. It's a 3-point play nonetheless. No idea about the team name. Okay, well, thanks for the honesty at least. You know what? Here, if I hide the overlays real quick, you might see Orange Team was actually named. Oh wait, no, I hid the wrong ones. I'll get it for you later. Because Orange Team does have a particular name on the default overlays. That's fun. We'll be Kirito here with the disc, sending it down to Stuff Muff. Stuff Muff on this approach. Now, as is often the case in the second rounds, it'll be a very telling story how they open up for the team who just lost, right, in any game. So that was a nice work up the floor. And remember, going back to that last round, we said the big thing towards those last few minutes was how well Schrödinger's disc would execute. Even though they were playing it a little bit slow, because the game was as kind of out of contention as it was going to be a good thing for them just to work on their fundamentals and kind of get together the things that they would normally be doing in the next round, right? And so you're seeing some of that here, right? With some slower play, the good spacing. I mean, they're doing everything they should. There's a pass and the finish at that. And that was a beautiful play and exactly what they want to see to start this round as well. So there you go. Stick to the game plan. You know, change up game plans when they don't work, sure. But what I mean is keep the fundamentals, right? Always keep sight of the fundamentals, and that was exactly that. Beautifully done from Schrödinger's disc. Absidion now on the rebuttal. Steel Sky with that reception, dumping it off to Whoosh. Whoosh being closed upon by Feener and Dark Ninja. And disc getting a little bit lost here now in the midfield, but collected back by Steel. Steel right through the bow tie. So splitting that bow and splitting that goal. Fancy from Whoosh, 5-2. Whoosh has been doing very well for himself here today. Not only scoring a ton, but putting up a lot of assists too. Look at that, 4 points and 5 assists. Honestly, I thought he had more like 6 or 8 points at this point, but regardless, 5 assists to lead the way across the game by a large margin. So, gotta love that. It's kind of a cut from the Palidore cloth in a sense, because that was more of my thing. Don't always score, but or can enable or try to enable everyone else to score, as that could be, wow, nearly a shot from that wall. But interception there from Ice. Ice into the wedge, right below the reach there, but still grabs it. Ice to Fancy. Fancy has Whoosh and Steel Sky at the cut. Now piling on each other, and Whoosh just getting out of the way and saying, "Oh, you so fancy, I already know." So go get in that fans lane. All the way from LA to Tokyo. Anyway. Where is... I want to hide this overlay real quick. There you go. See that? Look at Whoosh team. They're named Whoosh team. Can you believe that? The amount of ego on Whoosh to name this team Whoosh team on the default overlays. Ridiculous! 7-2. This is a competitive second round thus far. I mean, a 5-point advantage is not that much considering this team just scored 20. So let's see if they start turning on the heat once again. A lot of jukes coming out, and almost a half Joker train, an inverse Joker train, because it was the QB who was actually leading that. But nonetheless, it will be grabbed here on the bottom of the floor. Actually tapped out to Steel Sky. Open goal and closed goal. 9-2. Getting on that score. For Whoosh team on orange. That is the name.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
All about the onomatopoeia. Exactly. It's a great word. Great word. Not only a broman, you're a noman. You know things. Wait, Noman is on the VRML board as well, so never mind. That's infringement. Over to the midfield, it's Kirito with a disc. Dark Ninja with the disc as well, passing it back over to Fenor. Fenor waiting for the teammates to arrive here in the offensive area so they can space out again, maybe look for that same type of play that got them their first goal, which is to say the spacing and the all-in approach where they all slowly get to the edge of the bubble and then they all approach it at about the same time. And there you go. It's a 2-point goal again. So also from that same kind of backboard area. Nicely done to bring it back within 5. And you're seeing that experience and maturity from Schrödinger's disc at play, right? They're very, round 1 did not go their way, certainly, but they still maintain their poise the whole way through. And yeah, that's what they bring. Like I said, this team in Schrödinger's disc, they've been a team. They're perhaps one of the longest tenured teams now at this point, if not the longest in terms of that core roster. So with that said, 4 years of experience, a good grab here, but although a missed grab by Dark Ninja looks like a kind of accidentally got that one, and off the head as well. What an unusual play, and that's going to buy them another goal for Absideon. Oh, that is unfortunate.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Absideon is, this is their first match of the season. As its roster, although the team, as far as the VRML website is concerned, is basically Aurora, renamed, in a sense, with Steel Sky captaining and Steel Sky saving, captaining his ship and captaining his goals. It's never a wonder of if, it's more so when. When is Steel going to save a disc? Because it will happen, and it will happen usually more than once. So, fantastic in the goal as ever, always. Of course, also fantastic all around. I mean, it's not just goalkeeping anymore for him or any of these players. It's a little bit of everything. Full buffet, as we say. Kirito, nice grab back on the disc. The backboard play. So quick reaction time, but Steel Sky is there, sending it over to that left lane where Whoosh recovers. Whoosh, a bit of a dance, and Whoosh right through the mid side as Ice with another heave and another save, but a rebound to Fancy on up, and Fenor knocking him down. Another grab back by Steel Sky, and the shot from that pizza slice. 13-4, and now beginning to pull away a bit. Just kind of unfortunate, though. Especially when you consider that headbutt goal earlier on, or the kind of the mishandling that turned into an open goal off the head. I think that, in part, is playing into this turnaround to some degree at the very least, because it's really... With 2:40 left and a tough missed grab there right within the reach of a Stuff Muff. It's going to open things up for Whoosh. It's a shame that I muted the instant replay Whoosh thing. You know how before, whenever we show instant replays, it used to go whoosh, whoosh, that kind of thing. Doesn't do that currently, but I feel like it would be a very appropriate match to maybe do that again. Alas, though, that will be Kirito with a disc. Winding down these last couple of minutes in the second round, looking pretty confident and in control for Absideon. But that said, the Schrödinger's disc, they're going to still play their game all the way up to the end, which is to say, work it into that bubble, try and prioritize those passes, those angles, the highest percentages they can. But trust me, folks, many teams going against a defense like Absideon, especially with Steel in the goal, not to mention everyone else here. A lot of offenses will have trouble against this team, I would imagine. So, Hey, a very successful stream debut for this team, but that said, we still got another play almost on the way for Feener, trying to paint the bottom of the goal right on the toes, basically. Like I said, you gotta do that, especially against Steel. No, you don't paint the corners, there's a pretty good chance that that goal is saved. Now, another note, looking like maybe a crash situation, actually for two players. Feener here out of the equation, but also for Absideon. They also dropped, so turning into Echo Classic for a moment, I suppose, as Kirito sends it over there to Feener. Feener now trying to drive it on in, supply the goal, and right above the head. So 6 points on the board. They're down by 9. But last minute of action, I'm not anticipating a timeout here. Looks like they're just going to keep playing on. And indeed, the timeout out and will be the round. Soon enough, going to Absidion as well as the match as a whole. But, I mean, impressing. We knew that they would come out with some firepower on this team and looking to, really heat up in this second half of Season 4. And, with some more scores, more jukes. Whoosh! Just piloting all around the floor. Through the traffic, bobbing and weaving. And that's a 17-6 score line. And there you go. Now Whoosh ended up with the 8 points that I was saying earlier. So see, I wasn't wrong. I was just early. In any case, that will be the match there in 2 rounds. A successful debut from the AB crew. Burnsy's saying, Whoosh going crazy in the mic right now. Are you saying I should unmute? Probably not, I imagine. All right, well. With that, there's your stats once again. And here's me once again. And, yeah, I'm going to check out one last time if there are anything else or any other matches that have been scheduled in the last hour or two since I've started these streams. Look like that is... Oh, actually kind of the case. I don't know if we'll be able to get there in time. Granted, but Lightspeed and Gamers are starting now. There's also Optical and Chloroform in 15 minutes. So, I might be back. We'll see. I can send some quick pings, unless one of those teams are in the chat right now. So, you're from Lightspeed, Gamers, Optical, or Chloroform. Say what up to me. And we may just keep these streams going after all. Okay, just typing out some messages also. But anywho, yeah, I'll ping in just a second here. All right, I'll leave it to chance now. See if anyone responds. That said, getting a look at those stat lines. Again, huge scoring efforts from Absidion. I mean, again, it's never really the scoring itself that impresses me on teams. It's more so the passing or the assists, right? Because hot hands are awesome. They make for great highlighted plays, but when everyone is able to actually kind of do an even workload and different aspects of their offense and such, I think that's more, that's more sustainable, right, as a team, when you have constantly 3 or 4 threats on the floor, always able to score or pass when necessary. And yeah, lovely job by Absidion to do so, and even more impressive because according to Burnsy, not even a lot of practice for their team as of yet. So, yeah, I'm kind of out of the loop on the whole, all these roster changes that constantly happen with so many teams these days. So I wasn't really aware of how long this has been in the works necessarily, but clearly today it did work. So, hey. Oh, Whoosh was going crazy on Discord. Gotcha. Makes sense. But then again, isn't he always? Love you, Whoosh. Alright, no responses yet, though, from the teams, it looks like, so we'll see. I'm gonna hang out for like a couple minutes. Because it's close enough where I don't necessarily have to end the stream. But that also means, I don't know, you're gonna have to get Pally podcast time. So, what's up again, Artifact? Welcome back. We might be done, we might not be. I'm not quite sure yet. But oh, that said, I just got a thumbs up, it looks like, from one of the Chloroform players, so they're aware. Alright, we may indeed be streaming Optical versus Chloroform, it looks like, in about 10 minutes? 13 minutes, I guess, yeah. I don't know. Should I end it? Yes? No? Let me know. Prediction poll. Get that to you guys. I always forget until the very end, it seems like. D-Foot, yeah, another game. Another game will come, it looks like. I got thumbs up in the Discord from the teams that I pinged. So yeah, I will do another game. That will be Chloroform versus Optical. Yes. That match, let's see, is platinum match rather. So Chloroform, captained by Sweaty. It's grabbing me right now. And meanwhile for Optical, captained by the Nanox guy. That Nanox guy, I should say. So yeah, that will be coming along. After this one. Anyway, that said, look who forgot to mute his thing. Maybe I will end this stream just for, I guess, the sake of cleanliness on the VOD. I don't know. I mean, I'll basically come back live anyway within a few minutes, but I guess just to keep it condensed to like 2 games per stream, which we try to do if we can, so the titles don't get too messy. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do that actually, but yeah, again, about 10 minutes from now, we're going to have another match, so at least one more. So don't go anywhere. Unless you want to, then I guess go ahead. But until then, be happy, healthy, safe, and good to each other, and I'll see you in basically 10 minutes. Take care.
And we're underway. Save, steal, interception.
Season 4 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, VRware, Rebuff Reality, VR Cover, and ProTube VR.